Hey guys, how is it all going? So, yeah, this is shit news. I'm not gonna lie. So, as you already know by the name of the video, the Batman 2 has now been delayed a whole year to October 2026. I hate it when we get news like this because it's one of the movies I am extremely looking forward to because, as you guys know, I absolutely loved the Batman. I thought it was phenomenal, to be honest with you, and I will probably say it's still like my favorite Batman movie. I absolutely loved it, so I've been looking forward to a sequel for this for the longest time. And also, I'm really looking forward to the Penguin spin-off series that hopefully, fingers crossed, we're actually going to get this year. But to get more news on this delay, I'm actually on Screen Rant's website right now. So you can head over there, you can read it yourself, but I'll read it out for you guys while I'm here. So, at the start of the story, it is DC Studios has delayed the release of the Batman Part 2. And this change means that the DC Universe will be following the same release pattern for 2 years in a row. Matt Reeves' The Batman, released in March 2022 to huge success, introducing Robert Pattinson as the new version of the Cape Crusader. He was fantastic, by the way, I have to be honest. Who had been fighting crime in Gotham City for 2 years before facing Paul Dano's serial killer, the Riddler. Creepy as fuck. he played it brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly. The Batman was intended to start a new Batman-focused shared universe comprised of DC's Elseworlds projects, taking place outside the continuity of the rebooted DC universe. Thank God as well, by the way. I don't know about you guys. Maybe I'm in the minority on this one, and it actually breaks my heart to say this, because if you would have told me this about 5 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. But I have zero interest in this new DC universe coming up. Like, none. I have no excitement for it. Now, don't get me wrong. When the Superman trailer eventually comes out, I will check it out. And I more than likely will go and watch the movie. But just at this present moment in time, I've just got no excitement for it at all. None. I would rather a Batman 2 over a Superman movie in a DC universe. At this moment. While several spin-offs are in development, including TV shows focused on Colin Farrell's The Penguin. I cannot wait for that, by the way. Arkham Asylum. That's intriguing, actually. The Arkham Asylum one is intriguing. And Gotham City Police Department and other members of Batman's DC Comic Rogues Gallery. A direct sequel was also announced at Comic-Con in 2022, Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2. Will mark the return of Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, and the other Batman cast members have also signed on to reprise their roles. Despite originally being expected to release in October 2025, which is a long way off as it is in itself, let's extend it a bit more, shall we? The Batman Part 2 has been delayed by a year and is now set to release on the 2nd of October 2026. Man, I'll be 45 years old by then. I will be a month away from being 46. How we wish our lives away with bloody movies and games. God. Anywho, we carry on. 2025 was set to be a very strong year for the newly established DC Studios as the rebooted DC Universe will kick off in July 2025 with the release of James Gunn's Batman. This was originally set to be followed 3 months later by The Batman Part 2, but The Batman Part 2 year-long delay means that Superman is now the only DC Studio movie expected to be released in 2025. Right, okay. Only to give Superman some breathing room, I suppose, as well. Even though I would rather The Batman Part 2, to be honest. This will see a repeat of DC's 2024 release schedule as only Joker for The Joker 2. Let's just call it The Joker 2. The Joker 2, the sequel to Todd Phillips' 2019 smash hit Joker, is released in October 2024. I keep forgetting that's released this year. I keep forgetting Joker 2 is actually out this year. It just always skips my mind for some reason. I don't know why. The Batman Part 2 delay has garnered some disappointment. You're fucking right with that. That's a massive understatement. Disappointment. Crushing disappointment. Emotional damage, I would say. Moving on. Being a fucking drama queen. Particularly from those who are excited to see Superman and Batman focused projects released in the same year, even though they are not in the same franchises. However, pushing back the Batman Part 2 release could actually be great for DC Studios in a weird sort of way. Yes, yeah, it could be, like I said before, at least it gives Superman some breathing room. After the failure of the DCEU, yeah, that's a whole different video, isn't it? There's pressure on DC Studios to deliver strong projects in the rebooted DCU. Superman in particular needs to get a new franchise off to a good start, yeah he does, which it might have struggled with had it been overshadowed by the Batman Part 2. Yeah, okay. In recent years, there's also been a rise in complaints of so-called superhero fatigue. Yes, absolutely yes. I have spoke about this before. I'm feeling it massively. But I don't think it's really superhero fatigue. I just think, like, especially for me, and I've mentioned this before, guys, so I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself, but after Avengers Endgame, for me, it pretty much just ended there. I mean, I enjoyed Spider-Man No Way Home. I really enjoyed that movie, actually, but all the TV shows and all the movies, I just completely lost interest in it massively. And from what I hear about some of the projects, they just massively went. And what I hear of them, I don't really want to watch them neither. So I'm kind of glad I did lose interest, really. Complaints of so-called superhero fatigue, which could have plagued the new DCU before it even started. However, by releasing only one feature film in both 2024 and 2025, DC Studios negates fatigue concerns completely. Yeah, I think that's another thing. I mean, especially when it came to the Marvel stuff, I mean, it used to be an event at the cinema. You used to really look forward to going to watch a Marvel movie and just watching this story just build up over time. And it was exciting. But then they throw all these TV shows at you. Oh, you've got to watch this because it connects to this. Now you're going to have to watch this because it connects to this, after this. And it's too much. It's just far too much. And I just completely lost interest in it. And I just think they just overplayed the hand a lot, Marvel. But they should have just kept it the way it was going. Keep it simple. Or if you are going to do a TV show, do maybe 1, 2 a year. You know, or even better one. The way they had it with Netflix, which was even better, with like The Punisher and Daredevil and all them. It's set in that world, but it doesn't connect to the movies at all. It's set in that world, but you don't have to watch them for the movies. But them shows were brilliant, man. Especially Daredevil was awesome. I absolutely loved it. And to just take all that off Netflix and then, I could go on a rant about that. That's a different video. We're not here to talk about that. We're here for Batman 2. DC Studios, I could easily go on around about it as well. DC Studios negates fatigue concerns completely, giving audiences time to breathe between movies and allowing time for anticipation and excitement to build for the next one. Literally what I just said. While the Batman Part 2 being pushed back to 2026 could be seen as a disappointment, it is. This bold move may actually be the best decision for the new DC Universe and Matt Reeves' movie itself. Okay, well, yeah, let's hope so. I understand why. I think also that there's other reasons, like the script's not ready and certain other things like that. There's no way they would rush out a sequel. Well, I say rush. I mean, it's been 2 years since the first one came out. It was supposed to come out the end of next year. So there's enough time. But if they feel like they don't have the story right, or they just need to tweak a few things, or they just want a little bit more time to make sure they nail this, and obviously it gives the DCU, the new universe on the DC side with their Superman movie a bit more time to breathe, and then it could all work out for the best. It really could. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and lie and tell you that I'm not disappointed that the Batman 2's been delayed. I am majorly disappointed. But we know what's coming. We just got to wait a little bit longer. And if that, the time that it's been delayed, we get a better movie, then so be it. So, guys, were you disappointed by this news? Here's one for you. Are you actually looking forward to the new DCU? Whatever it is, guys, please leave a comment below. It is absolutely always a pleasure hearing from you. And, as always, please, take care of yourselves and each other, and I shall see you again real soon. Take care, guys. Goodbye now.